Coach Bullough here as we near the end of training camp. And Coach, I think we last checked in maybe a week before camp started. What do you know about your defense now that you were hoping to learn at that point?
We're pretty solid at our secondary, our linebackers, and our end position. We have Eric Room as a tackle. The other tackles, no one's really stepped up to take it yet. There's about 5 guys that are neck and neck. So hopefully this week we stopped installing defenses. Hopefully they'll settle down and 1 or 2 of them will separate from the pack.
I know that was the main spot you were worried about going into camp. Even though there hasn't been separation, has there been progression out of that group?
Yes, they just haven't been consistent. One day one guy will have a good practice, and the next day he's not doing his proper techniques, and the other guy's doing good. So it's just been inconsistent. We just hopefully, as I mentioned before, with the installation being done, that they can settle down and play and somebody can separate themselves.
I know one of the guys the fans are excited about, the potential of anyway, is Wayne Williams. How has his development been over this last couple of weeks?
Well, I put Wayne in with Ryan Sloan and Marcus Coleman, and there's a whole bunch of them, Jalen Harvey, Samuels, all those D linemen that are interior. They're all together in the same spot in terms of they have good days, bad days, no one separate themselves. And Wayne's just part of that group. We've got to be more consistent.
On the back end of your defense, I think at least the 3 cornerbacks you want to have in your rotation are pretty set when you look at Julian Wiggum and Brandon Reddish and Wayne Morgan. You wanted to find that 4th. It's a bunch of young guys in there. How's that battle been between a lot of freshmen and untested guys? Yeah,
well, we have 3 true freshmen, and then we have Corey Winfield came over from wide receiver a week and a half ago, so he's kind of swimming as they are. It's the same thing with the defensive lineman. The installation is done. Hopefully somebody separates within this next week in terms of we could say, okay, that's our 4th corner if something happens. So hopefully none of that ever happens, that we have to go to our 4th corner.
Just watching some of the scrimmages, you see some of these young guys, and you can tell they have playmaking ability. Is it sort of that, okay, they've got that, but they got to know the scheme, otherwise they're going to give up a big play?
Yeah, we're happy with all our recruits, though. There's all of them been really good players. Some of them physically have to develop because they're just young. And some of them have to develop in the system in terms of knowing what to do, which they've done a good job. It's just those little details that now that you're getting in the game that they got to know. Hopefully settling down the installation now, and they get a chance this week to show what they got.
You as coaches got to announce to the team the captains earlier this week, and the defender that is a captain is Cameron Lynch. I don't think there was much surprise that he ends up as a captain of this group. What's really stood out about him and really why he's taking control of this defense?
Cam. Well, I talked to our defense today. Cam is a captain, but there's also leaders within the defense. It's not just Cam, it's Daishan. I could go through a list of them. There's about 8 to 10 of them that have to lead this defense. But Cam earned it through his, he's a good leader off the field. He's a guy that we can trust. He's never late. So those are the things I think separate him in terms of his captain. Obviously, he's a great player. But as I told the guys, there's not one leader of this defense. There's all these leaders of the defense, which is about 8 to 10 guys.
And lastly, Coach, I know the guys seem to be ready to flip the page here from camp mode to fully into game mode, which you've done a little bit. Are you as coaches ready to make that turn too to get ready here for Villanova?
Yeah, I'm ready to where I can shave. It's a grind right now. Today was the day where it was tiring for coaches and players. So hopefully we're starting to tone down the camp now. We can all get our rest and get ready to go.
All right, Coach, we'll see you cleaned up and ready to go here in a week and a half.
Yes, exactly.